Welcome, everyone. We are so excited to be here today with the amazing Chef Katie Chin. Yes. So first of all, I want to thank the Fine Arts Center and our environmental staff, Sona, Celine, and everyone else that's here for putting this on. What we really want to do is make sure that everyone has an opportunity to be educated on how we can cook differently. I'm one of those folks, I'll raise my hand that I love my gas stove, so I'm learning along with you guys. And I think it's important for us to become familiar and feel comfortable before we make that switch over. So thank you for being here and thank you for trying this out. I am sure it's going to be exciting, but I also want to share with you a little bit about our environmental programs that we've been working on in the city, and they are a lot. So we're talking about active transportation, we're talking about our shuttle system throughout the city that's going to be coming forward with a transit vision study. We have the Cool Block program where you can get involved within your own neighborhoods to make changes for environmental sustainability. We have Solarize Irvine. Really, it helps you understand the whole solar panel system, who to go to, get your questions answered, and really work with vendors that are reliable. And not only that, but we also have the One Irvine program. So if you are living in a home that was built in 1975 or older, we have fee reduction. So you have a free permit to upgrade your home to sustainability. And then also if you're within a certain neighborhood, we're going to be moving around in different neighborhoods throughout the city, but we offer grants and zero interest loans as well to upgrade your appliances, to pull out that lawn and get drought resistant plants. So there's a lot of opportunities for you to get involved within the city and really help us achieve those goals. One of those goals is us being carbon neutral by 2030. And so we're doing a lot of work on that as well. And you'll see more information coming forward. But for today, I hope you guys enjoy this event, learn something new, and try it out as well. Enjoy the evening, and thank you for being here.
Great, thank you so much, Mayor Khan, and good evening, everyone. For those I haven't met, I'm Sona Coffey. I'm the Environmental Administrator here at the City of Irvine. And I just want to take a quick moment to share a little bit more about why this program is so important and what we're doing here in Irvine. As you heard from the Mayor, we have some ambitious goals here in this city related to climate. And for the past couple of years, some of you may know, the city's been working really hard to develop a framework to show how we can tackle the climate crisis. So we're in the midst of working on our climate action and adaptation plan, and that's a comprehensive effort to look at all of the ways that we emit carbon emissions here in the city and plan for how we can reduce that. We're the first city in Orange County to go through this process, and it is not an easy one. There's a lot of work involved and a lot of coordinating with the community and with the businesses and different stakeholders. And that's why programs like this are so important, and that's why it's so important for you to be here to help us support it. But right now, I'm gonna bring up Celine Lawrence to tell you a little bit more about why we're doing this program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sona, and I'll keep this brief so we can get into the cooking. My name is Celine Lawrence, and I work with Sona on our Environmental Programs Division team. And I just wanted to share why we're doing this workshop today. So one piece of it is we really are looking at how we can sort of mitigate our contribution to climate change. And looking at carbon emissions within the home, some of that might come from electricity, but our electricity is progressively getting cleaner, especially now that we have the Orange County Power Authority, and we're signing up for 100% renewable energy. But we still also have other sources of carbon emissions within our homes, and one of that comes from gas. So that could be related to water heating, space heating and cooling, and then even cooking. And we've also been learning from recent studies that there are some health impacts that we could be experiencing from gas cooking as well, like asthma, especially with children. So because of this, we're really interested in induction and seeing how this works. And additionally, it's just an amazing technology to learn about. So that's why we wanted to put this on for the community to invite you to come, see, participate, taste, smell, and really just get to understand what this technology is about and how it could change how we cook in the kitchen. So as the mayor said, I'm learning as well. I think we're all learning new technologies that just have ways of improving our lives and the sustainabilities of our communities. I'll invite up Gwen and Oliver from SCE, Southern California Edison. They have provided the induction cooktops today that you see before us. So they're gonna tell us a little bit about what induction is and how it actually works, so that we can have that in mind while we are tasting the food that we're about to eat. So thank you.
I'm sure most of you are familiar with conventional gas and conventional electric. Induction is pretty different from that. So the way I think about induction is when you have, let's say, conventional gas, conventional electric, you either have a flame or with electric, you have a heating coil underneath, and then that's your heat source, right? And then your heat source then heats the pot or pan, which is on top of that, and then in turn, that heats your food. With induction cooking, however, what it does is it actually eliminates that first step. So it actually turns the pot or pan itself into the heat source. So the way it does that is induction cooking uses high frequency magnetic fields. And one of the phenomena that occur with these high frequency magnetic fields is that if you put certain metals within this magnetic field, it causes those metals to heat up. The metals we're talking about in this case are gonna be ferrous materials. So anything with iron. So that's gonna be your cast irons, that's gonna be your steel pan. They do sell things like this guy right here, which is what they would call an induction adapter or induction diffuser. So you could put this on top of your induction cooktop, and then you could still use your favorite aluminum pot or pan, even on induction. So back to what I was talking about with units being, it skips that first step and it turns the pot or pan into the heat source. A big advantage of that is that you have a lot less heat losses. It's gonna be a lot more comfortable cooking in the kitchen. And on top of that, you're going to have all the benefits of better indoor air quality and things like that. So I think that's kind of a good primer for what induction is and how it works.
Okay, are we getting hungry? Because it smells really good in here, and I think everyone's ready to see some food being cooked and taste it too, which we will be able to do, which is awesome. So I'm going to introduce Chef Katie Chin. Chef Katie Chin, applause. Chef Katie is an award-winning cookbook author, television chef, food blogger, caterer, and culinary ambassador to the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation. After growing up working in the kitchens of her late mother, Leanne Chin's award-winning Minneapolis area restaurants, Katie pursued a career in film and television, but eventually left her executive position to return to her culinary roots. Thank you for being here, Chef. Let's get started.
Thank you so much, Celine. I'm so excited to be here tonight. Who's ready to electrify Irvine? To the count of three. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Electrify Irvine! Woohoo! So excited to see you guys tonight. I happen to live in Encino. I came down south for this event because I believe so strongly in the power of induction cooking, you guys, because listen, we have to all do our part. And I know it's scary, but I'm gonna tell you, seeing is believing, and you will see this tonight because induction cooking has so many health benefits, oh my goodness. But the great thing about induction cooking is the energy actually goes into the pan, not into your, in the environment. So it keeps your kitchen nice and cool. So I think aside from all the other benefits from using induction cooking, the fact that it keeps your kitchen cool is so amazing, either for your home or business. We have some amazing recipes we're gonna make tonight. We're gonna make some fried rice, and I hope that Mayor Farrah N has at least a couple of minutes to come up here and join me. Ready? Round of applause for Mayor Farrah N. All right, you guys, tonight we're gonna make a farmer's market fried rice filled with delicious recipes. I also happen to be the culinary ambassador to the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation. So I'm always teaching people about eating the rainbow, because it's very important to eat lots of vegetables and fruits, right? Just be conscious of adding maybe some blueberries to your breakfast oatmeal, or having some green tea at lunch or whatever. It doesn't take a lot to integrate some of these cancer-fighting ingredients into your daily life. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna blanch vegetables. This blanching, you actually take veggies, put them in a boiling water for about 60 seconds, allow those vegetables to boil for about 60 seconds, and they turn very vibrant. Then we place them into an ice bath. Therefore, the vegetables retain a very beautiful color and a very tender, crisp texture. So we have some water boiling here on an induction stove. It only took about 2 to 3 minutes. You're gonna add some sugar snap peas right here. Yes, go ahead. So I like to use blanching for vegetables from asparagus to green beans, again, carrots, adding a very vibrant texture and beautiful color to the vegetables. So this will take about 60 seconds or so. I think you guys can see here, so vibrant and green, right? So what you want to do is have an ice bath ready to go, ice bath. So I have some just water with ice. And then, Mayor, I would like you to just carefully take these beautiful sugar snap peas and then place them in the ice bath, okay? Please, let's give the mayor a lot of support. There you go. There we go. All right, so listen, people are afraid of stir frying. Some people are, I don't know, maybe some of you have stir fried before, I think you probably have. But it's all about, you know, having your ingredients cut, clean, ready to go, your mise en place, right? So you wanna have your veggies blanched, because they're gonna go in at the last minute, as I'm about to show you momentarily. Oh my gosh, she did such a good job. All right, such a good job. She is very dedicated. She did it. Awesome. High five me. Woo! All right. Okay, I'm gonna just set this aside for a moment, you guys. All right, I just wanted to show you blanching. Now, the great thing about fried rice is you can use almost any leftovers you have in your fridge. You might have carrots, you might have green beans, you might have asparagus. So it's ultimately the best recipe for leftovers. The other thing I wanted to mention is when you're cooking fried rice, tonight I happen to be using brown jasmine rice. Now you can use white rice, you can use brown rice. Brown rice, the hull and the bran are intact. Therefore, it's a bit healthier, it has more fiber. I'm not gonna judge you if you wanna use white rice. The main point I wanna make though is it is always an excellent choice to use rice from the night before. If you have rice from takeout or maybe you made some rice the night before, if it sits in the fridge overnight, the grains separate more evenly as you cook the fried rice. So it is excellent for leftovers, if you guys know what I mean. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna go over here. Look at our hob. This is my induction hob. It's so exciting. Now, I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about my background. So I'm a chef, I'm a cookbook author. We're giving away 4 copies of my latest cookbook that came out last summer, you guys. 4 copies, yay! Katie Chen's Global Family Cookbook. Before we do any sort of giveaways tonight though, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my background because it does inform how we cook tonight. So I wanna share my culinary journey with you because it's very exciting and inspirational. Not my story, my mother's story. My mother immigrated from China in 1956 as a seamstress, making 50 cents an hour in Minneapolis, where I was born and raised, okay? She always loved to cook. And one day she decided to throw a luncheon for some of her sewing clients. This is back in the 70s, okay? So she threw this luncheon and everybody was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible, because back in the day in Minneapolis in the 70s, all they had was chop suey and chow mein. They were like, this food is incredible. You should start teaching classes or cater. So she started catering and one thing led to another. She got a reputation and people fell in love with her. And then one day, one of her catering clients happened to be a socialite. She was like, I want to open a restaurant with you, Leanne. I said, yeah, well, my friend he's the owner of the Minnesota Twins, and his friend is Sean Connery. Sean Connery is coming to Minneapolis to visit his friend Robert Redford, who was directing the film Ordinary People. So someone threw a party, hired my mother to cater this party. She was there. I was there as a little girl, basically serving dumplings to Sean Connery and Robert Redford. And I went up to Sean Connery with the dumplings and he said, oh, nice dumplings. Anyway, I was terrified. I was like, ah! Anyway, so Sean Connery invested in my mother's first restaurant. It's an incredible story, right? Incredible. So Sean Connery invested in my mother's first restaurant. Word gets around, everybody's obsessed with her, lines around the block. My mother opens more and more restaurants. By the 80s, my mother has opened 40 restaurants. General Mills buys her company. She never went to high school. She had been making 50 cents an hour as a seamstress. A remarkable story. Thank you so much. Truly remarkable. She became this huge, larger-than-life celebrity. So what happened is she bought the company back from General Mills. She built it into a chain with over 50 locations, which still exists in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So cut to me. I grew up in my mother's little catering business in the basement of our home. I moved to LA. I worked in the entertainment industry for 14 years, doing marketing for film and television. So one day I decided to throw a dinner party for some clients, and I was like, oh my God, I've forgotten how to cook. So I kept calling my mom, asking her questions, and she was like, this is ridiculous. She got on a plane with frozen lemon chicken, showed up on my doorstep, cooked the entire meal, but she acted as if I had cooked the meal. She was just that kind of mom. She set out to teach me how to cook again. So through a series of dinner parties, I learned how to cook Chinese food again. And it was such a gift that I was able to do this. And then my friend was like, you guys make this look so easy. You should do a book together. And I was like, we should do a book together. So I left my then husband, quit my job as a senior VP at Fox, and I changed my life altogether, and she and I came together, and we did our first cookbook together, Everyday Chinese Cooking, and it was a wonderful gift. So I just wanted to share that story because it's inspirational, right, you guys? And I mean, I just feel like no matter where you are in your life, you can change it. She unfortunately passed away about 14 years ago, but everything I do now is to honor her legacy. So you guys, tonight I'm gonna make this delicious fried rice recipe that is her recipe. It's a farmer's market fried rice we're gonna make on this incredible induction hob, right? So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna heat this up. It goes all the way to 20. So I'm gonna go to about 12. And what we want to remember is that when you're cooking with induction, it heats very quickly. All right, so I'm going to go about to 12, and then I'm going to add some oil. I'm just going to swirl to coat. I'm going to medium-high heat, and then I'm going to add a bit of garlic. Okay, all right, I have some oil going here and garlic. Now I'm adding some brown jasmine rice. And I'm just going to continue to stir fry this with oil and garlic too, so that the grains can become coated with the oil and garlic. See that? Now, we were able to blanch our sugar snap peas. I did this in advance. Now I'm gonna add some of them right now, our beautiful sugar snap peas. And again, what's so great about this recipe is you can be totally flexible. Add whatever veggies you might have on hand. I have some beautiful red bell pepper from Melissa's. Red bell pepper, loaded with vitamin C. Also some asparagus, which I also blanched earlier today. Asparagus. Also some bean sprouts for extra crunch. Now I'm gonna go up in heat level a little bit, maybe to 14. I'm just going to continue to toss and flip this fried rice. Now, stir fry is a bit of a misnomer because you're not really stirring, you're tossing and flipping. And you want to make sure you're at high heat because you want to sear whatever you're cooking. So I'm going now up to 16 or 17. So sometimes when you're cooking with induction, the first time I did it, I was a little insecure because I'm used to my gas stove, just turning that knob up a bit. But what's so wonderful about induction cooking is it's extremely precise, right? So you can go from 16 to 17 and feel very confident. All right, who thinks this looks delicious? Who thinks it looks delicious? It's not only vegan, it is vegan and it's gluten-free. That is so exciting. Obviously, if you want to add some other protein, like maybe you have roast chicken from the night before, adding some eggs or some beef, whatever you'd like. It is so easy, it is so delicious, and so fast. Thank you so much. Big shout out to Celine for doing such an amazing job tonight, and we hope to see you again really soon.